is every bit as important.
If you disagree with them, they're gonna delete you. That's it.
That is true. That I guess, yeah. I mean, but look, I mean, ultimately, I'm still worried about you, about Rachel, and look, you got kids also, so I feel like that's, you know, another component.
Yep.
And yeah. Anyways,
but you know, imagine though, at all the views that I have, as contentious as these debates are, Brian has continued to platform me and continue to allow me to engage with the feminist views and engage with the left-wing views on his platform. That is perhaps even more dangerous than holding the views themselves. It's just something I wanted to point out. Brian's always going to be too shy to kind of tell you, like, a lot of the stuff that goes on in the background. But, you know, fuck that guy. Look, you see me on this big screen, and he's on this little tiny screen. Like, fuck that guy. I'm going to tell you, this guy is mercilessly attacked and viciously attacked in ways you can't even imagine. They do everything from lawfare, not just lawfare. I mean, the mass reporting, it's fucking insane what Brian has to go through. That's why it's like, people go, oh, gee, Andrew, what about you go on there sometimes and it gets a little boring. It's like, dude, you can't even imagine how much it takes going in the back end of the show. And so I've always been hyper appreciative that Brian has continued.
That's what it is. They only
to
do the members.
Me, allow the viewpoints which will oppose the opposition viewpoints. Very rare that you see that. And so, you know, my hat's always kind of been off for that.
Yeah, I mean, it is true that there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and I'm sure it's the same with you, but a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that is a major thorn in my side, major stress, and I just don't talk about it. I don't talk about it. A lot of stuff, and you know, maybe I could probably.
And you should more. You know, and in fact, I think in some ways you should more because, like, ladies and gentlemen in the audience in the whatever community, you can't really even fathom how bad it is. I've seen many of these messages, and it's not like it's like, oh, here's 10, here's 20. We're talking about hundreds of insane lunatics who come at this guy. I mean, almost weekly. It's really bad. It's really bad. And the idea is he takes a lot of heat, not just for his views, but just for the people he platforms. And I'm
going to show you something, guys. For those people that still say that he was a supposed right-wing guy.
Robinson was, quote, a little abnormal, didn't talk to anyone. He was a quiet dude, and he didn't like talking unless spoken to. He stays in the back, and I knew from word of mouth from coworkers that he was not fond of Trump or Charlie Kirk, obviously. Now, Robinson was, quote, a little abnormal, didn't talk to anyone.
There you go.
He was a quiet dude, and he didn't like being...
There you go. Man, there's so much evidence that he was a left-winger, but, you know, a lot of these crazy people, they're still going to just go with the lie because that's what they want.
I'm telling you, one of the primary motivations of the assassination of Kirk wasn't just Charlie Kirk's views. But
I talk in the middle of any sentence whenever I want. This is my show. This is my video. If you don't like it, you can get the hell out of here. Simple as that.
Was a platform which was represented. That's what they wanted to kill more than anything. And it's like, so, you know, as far as me being a target, sure. But I think that it's platforms who will allow oppositional views. I think that they're targeted even more.
Yeah. Yeah,
well, I mean, with Turning Point
he
USA,
might be a little bit, you know,
I hope that somebody can...
Crazy too.
I mean, I don't know who. Charlie Kirk was kind of a...
You can't replace
generational type of guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm hoping that the, you know, Turning Point can continue to at least do some form of, you know, advocacy. I can't imagine that they're going to go away, but obviously it's taken a massive blow. And, but yeah, no, you are right to point out that, and it's not just, some people might hear what you say, Andrew, and just be like, oh, he just gets like nasty messages. But there's a lot of other like kind of fuckery and bullshittery that sometimes it's even hard to put into words, but like people will try to mess with your business, mess with your channel, you know, the mass reporting.
Here, let me go ahead and put it in words then. They go after his family. They go after his friends. They go after his coworkers. They go after his business interests. They do everything that they can to troll his show. They do everything that they can to hurt him personally. They do everything that they can to. You can't even imagine the kind of horrible fucking people and these mean girl cliques, especially the feminists. They get together in their sewing circles and they plot together.
Correct.
They plot together. Because the guy's running a show with oppositional views. That's it. What else is Brian doing? He's just running a show, a dating podcast that has people who disagree with your takes on dating, and they send him death threats. Charlie Kirk saying, "Hey, you don't have to be a liberal in academia." Of course, they were targeting him for killing. Look at what they do to Brian. He runs a dating show, just an oppositional dating show. It's insane, Brian.
I can't imagine. I mean, the amount of hate that Charlie Kirk must have gotten and all the bullshit that comes with it, orders of magnitude greater. 100x, 1000x. I don't know how he would deal with it, and people trying to attack you from all angles. I mean, just me doing the show, like I'm actually impressed by, I'm impressed by you. I'm impressed by, well, obviously rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, but also Trump. I'll get some bullshit thrown at me, once a week but Trump during his campaign, before the campaign, his first term, his current term, this guy is
about lawfare.
This guy is every 5 minutes he's getting something thrown at him. And I mean, I don't know if in order to my week is rough just dealing with what I'm dealing with. I don't know. These guys are superhuman to be able to deal with all the shit being slung at them. Maybe you have to be a little crazy almost to be able to cope with that amount of stress. I don't know how Trump does it. The guy's a fucking...
Yeah, he keeps going, man.
He's a titan.
I do it because I have a great wife. I have a great and supportive wife. And the horrible things they try to do to her.
Yes.
It's insane the amount of... Because many people perceive me as being an invincible persona. I can't take on Andrew directly. He'll fucking destroy me. So we'll just incessantly attack his family and his kids and try to hurt him that way because people are sick. But I need to tell you guys, again, the whatever audience, you're never going to know this unless I tell you.
What? I'd never heard him saying that. I never said that. Said that it's okay with a few people dying in school shooting as long as there's no gun control. Okay, that sounds some BS. I don't know where he said that.
There's been many times where I've walked out of the studio.
Unless you cannot provide sources, I don't want to.
What? Fuck them.
There's nothing wrong with just having a Second Amendment. I don't understand.
Fuck them. We're not going to stop.
And even if that's the case, so you're justifying his death because of that statement? Even if I said that you're saying, even if I just give you the argument that what you're saying is true, are you saying that it's justified? That him just getting deleted by a crazy lunatic is okay?
Because a bunch of insane lunatic leftists demanded, because I have an oppositional dating show. So don't let him sell himself short. He does a really good job in that regard.
Oh, thank you, man. I do appreciate it. And a lot of the times my approach to whenever there's, somebody talking shit, for the most part, honestly, I've taken the bait a couple times, but honestly, I just try to ignore it. Just keep on going. I did want to do a little update check here really quick and see if, let me see if I can actually, is there a way I can get?
I say it effed up.
Did you watch the FBI?
Did I say it's okay? I said it's fucked up. Did I say it's okay? It seemed that the statement that you're referring to, you're implying that it was okay. And you cannot be with God and the devil at the same time. You have to be one or the other. You cannot simply say, Charlie said that it's okay with a few people dying in school shooting as long as there's no gun control. And then you say, I say fucked up. You cannot be saying that. It's one or the other. I have kids myself. I don't know what you're talking about. Exactly. Practicing your First Amendment has not... If you have any type of argument to say, because he said this, therefore, it's okay, or that's why he got it, you lost the argument. You have no argument. You're just referring... You have to just be okay with the argument you're already referring to. You cannot have a double negative every time you have an argument like this. You're okay with it or not? It is wrong. It is wrong. But you're, by the statement that you're referring to, it seems like that because Charlie Kirk was a person that is in favor of a Second Amendment, that's why he got shot. Which is crazy. What if there was no Second Amendment? What if this person just 3D printed a gun or something, or just got a illegal gun? Which 9 out of 10 of the cases in the United States, it is an illegal gun. Will you still make that same statement?
Did you watch the FBI brief?
The one that was like an hour ago or something before you went on?
Yeah, it was real. It was so bad.
Yeah, where they
have nothing. It's disgusting. And like, I feel terrible for the Kirks. They just want, they at least at this point just want the basic justice of apprehending the suspect. And this is terrible, man.
Do you think that there's a chance that they don't catch the guy?
They caught him. Right?
They're going to get him?
Let me tell you why I think that. There have been people who have murdered cats online, and internet sleuths will figure this shit out. Mm-hmm. One of the good things about the hyper autistic internet community which exists, and I'm talking to all of you on whatever, okay? And I know that there's some of you who are following this very closely.
You're saying, but there are people out there who will take statements literal. It doesn't matter. The principle stay the same. Again, let me just go back. Let's just say that you were right. If there was no Second Amendment, but you still say the same statement. That's where we are right now. Would you still agree with that same statement?
If the FBI and law enforcement doesn't solve this,
I don't know what the emoji means.
People on the internet will solve this, and you'll put clues together, which will assist them in figuring out who this person is. In fact, I'm willing to make the prediction tonight that the FBI only solves this through the help of internet sleuths like you guys. They're not going to give justice to the Kirks. You guys have to give justice to the Kirks, because this is fucking insane. The FBI has very little. Law enforcement at this event was a joke. I watched the first FBI brief. Brian, they said there were 6 cops there for a crowd of 3,000, multiple of them plain clothes. That's it. That was the entire 6 cops for 3,000 people. And then they said, well, Kirk has his own private security team. Well, that security team is looking for problems from the crowd of people rushing the stage, things like that. They're not up there looking for snipers and this type of thing. That's not their function. That's police officers' function. Mm. This was a failure at basically every level. It was a failure at every level.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that, I don't know if it's right to, think about this, but do you think that for someone like Charlie Kirk, there was a protocol in place where there could be some anticipation that he could be shot? Like, do they have somebody on standby who's like ready to do like a medic or something like that? Do you think that there might have? No.
I think maybe there was an ambulance on site to do basic things like a person has a heat stroke, they can take care of that. The medical team who was on site was probably for things like minor wounds. Somebody fell down. They went into anaphylactic shock because it got stung by a bee.
Yeah, some people can make guns, and most of the people that they got guns, they commit crimes like this. They just simply get them illegally. Again, the statistics are the 9 out of 10 people that commit gun violence are just getting guns illegally. So even banning all the guns, it would not make sense.
There definitely wasn't a trauma team on site who was ready for things like gunshots. And really, why would there be?
Right.
Kirk ultimately was very moderate in his views, and these were, for the most part, extremely respectful exchanges between him and the audience. There wasn't necessarily any reason to believe that leftist psychopaths were going to take a rechambered Mauser and try to blast this guy 160 yards away. There wasn't necessarily good reason for him to believe that. Now, going forward, most of the right is going to assume that, and they should. The problem is that there's a bit of complacency which happened here. And the complacency was the idea that you can just, in an unmolested way, be able to go on college university campuses and have these respectful exchanges without having to worry about a sniper in the wings. That's the normalcy bias coming to fruition. And I don't blame Charlie Kirk for that, right? I blame the psychopathic left for that.
Right. You know, it's just, I wonder, in terms of stifling this sort of activity, Steven Crowder did this stuff in the past. I don't know if he really does it much anymore. He had the change my mind stuff. I had actually contemplated, and I think I pitched to you
you're right,
a while back, like, hey, next time you're in person, let's just go to the street. Let's do men on the street. We'll get a sign, and it'll, you know, just debate people out on the street. And I mean, look, the whatever.
I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for support, guys. I'm gonna just leave the stream there. Listen, I personally think when it comes down to stuff like this, if the other side is not okay with very simple facts and simple empirical reality, what do we do here? What do we do from here? You can be Christian. I'm very Christian, and I'm, you know, I want to forgive my enemy, but we have to be in the same culture. Otherwise, I don't know what we're going against it. At this point, it's better to just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just simply don't know, man. The question is, at the end of the day, is if we're not dealing with the same empirical reality, right, that some of the rights clearly are, and the left are just simply just the demonic people just running around, even being okay with some of the stuff going on, what do we do from here? The question is, what do we do here? Yeah, Charlie was not quite big enough to get an expensive full protected detail. Yeah, he was not. And people don't realize a lot of these protection cost a lot of money. Yeah, you're gonna have somebody another sniper on top of the rooftop for 5 hours or 6 hours straight or 3 hours straight, just pointing for free. Nah. Background checks already exist, man. Background checks are still a thing. They still exist. People don't really understand this. Background checks are still a thing. It's like you can't even tell a man he's not a woman without getting attacked. Okay. I don't know what that means. Some guy, there must be some control. There's already control, man. Safad, do you really understand how this thing? Maybe stop sleeping snipers unless you're a hunter. Maybe stop sleeping snipers unless you're a hunter. What? I don't know what you're saying. I say that was, yeah, exactly, Walter. That was a hunter rifle. People really don't understand, man. Like, even if the guy, listen to this, even if the guy went to the background check and he was rejected, I don't know if that's what happened. We don't know yet, right? We don't know if he went and just bought the gun himself in one of these gun stores. We don't know. But let's say that he got declined. Let's say Utah, the guns were banned, right? All right, let's say you cannot stop him for getting that gun in the black market. You see what I'm saying? You cannot stop him because he still can get those guns in a black market. Yeah, the 36 is a common rifle. Yeah, you use that to just kill deers. Yeah. Yeah. And a sniper can be anything, right? It can be a 24. You put a scope in it. That's a sniper right there. But people don't understand this. You can find these guns in the black market easier than going through a background check. Exactly, but criminals don't follow law. They don't follow any laws. That's why they're criminals. Why you as a criminal would just follow the law? That's stupid. If people think that buying guns, somehow the criminals are just gonna follow the law. They're a criminal for a reason. They don't follow the law. Don't be naive, people. Even in the United States, where a lot of these states, a lot of these cities, they have almost completely banned some of these weapons. You still have, you know, people getting deleted every day by simple handguns. It's like trying to stop a guy from running over people with a car. You can stop someone conscious. Yeah, he will figure out something else. He'll put gas or something, or kaboom. That you cannot stop. And the other side of things is that we don't talk about people being actually safe as well from people that have guns. Car accidents take more life, yes, Dan. But we don't have to go to the extreme. The thing is that even if you eliminate all guns, you're still gonna get people getting them from the black market. Why is that? Because people still doing it today. People are still doing it today. Pew pew. Yeah, we have to say that. Pew pew. Black market. That's how they get them. Yes, you're right, but you can make it harder. Again, you cannot make it harder for a criminal. But what happened is, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right? So even if you make it harder, you have to understand this. Even if you say, you know what, we're gonna push this to just 10 years. We're gonna do a background check from you. You have to wait 10 years. You can do all this stuff. The person that wants to commit the act is still gonna get it, no matter what. Again, through the black market, and you can't stop them. Yeah, actually, you know what's crazy? I'm in the belief that we need to toughen up some of the licenses for people to getting a license. We have too many stupid people on the road. For the guns, we cannot keep just putting laws to just restrict the Second Amendment. We're well beyond that. Canada is full of guns, but they don't have the fraction of the gun violence in the United States. You guys only have, well, Canada only has like 30 million people. I don't know what you're talking about. Look at the war on drugs. Yeah. Yeah. The problem with Canada is, well, I don't know now, but you guys, Canada's going to have a problem because of the migration. So you're going to see a lot of those violence just going up because there's happening right now in the UK, happening right now in Berlin, in Hamburg, in Germany. We don't want to talk about that either, right? Drugs are illegal. Yeah, that's a great point. Drugs are illegal and people still use them. Yeah. All right. See you later, Mark Meeks. Hey, man, good stuff. Yeah, people have to understand this, that if people want to commit any type of crime, they're just going to figure out easier. Remember, the stats are clear. 9 out of 10 the people that just get deleted by pew pew are by illegal guns, guys. Illegal guns. Baltimore has the strict gun laws. Was one of the most dangerous cities in the United States. Yeah, Portland, Seattle, you name it. They all have one of the most stricter laws against gun, and they still cannot get their stuff together because they still get them. Most of them are meant for some reason. Well, the problem with that is that most of those cases, they don't have a father in their home. So they're looking for that figure, right? That father figure. Nobody knows who them illegals are. Like, you mean like the people that get the guns illegally? Oh yeah, everybody knows it. Oh yeah, people know them. Oh, come on, man. Don't come on. No, everybody knows who are the ones that they have the guns. You know, no, people know. That's not something new. If you're being around the block, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about. It's not, everybody knows. Obama's Operation Fast and Furious sold guns to the Mexican cartel. Yeah, and he did it to just destabilize the United States, destabilize the southern border. Man, Obama was one of the worst presidents ever. One of the worst presidents ever. in the United States history. I'm telling you, man. I thought the post-Civil War, Jefferson was the worst, but nah, Obama. Yeah, Obama was bad, bro. Obama was literally black. Obama just divided the country. Because we elected Obama for the wrong reason, guys. That's the thing. That's our fault. We elected Obama for the wrong reason because of personal guilt. Because of personal guilt. Well, guys, it was very fun. I'm gonna be doing more live in the next couple days. Next week we're gonna figure out how we can just move around and just do more live. You can always leave a super chats. I'm gonna really appreciate that. Since my channel's chat about for real, man. I'll put a video and you get like 2 impressions. Polk is so underrated. Yo, you guys are crazy, man. Thank you so much for the chats, for the super chats. Whatever put the super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the support, guys. Thank you so much for just being here with me. We're gonna do more of this. It seems like the channel just worked better when I do live here. But thank you so much for everything, guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, and share. And in the meantime, guys, I will see you in the next one. Thank you.